Welcome to the One Star Weak Foot Show, FIFA 21 edition, starring your host, One Star Weak Foot, and our review specialist, One Star Weak Foot. Bow! Good evening and welcome to the One Star Weak Foot Show, your one-stop shop for player reviews. I'm going to be your host today, One Star Weak Foot, and it makes me feel so jolly to see you back on the channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. So, as you guys know, I've been having a habit of reviewing Everton players lately. I mean, it's been our best start in years, so please bear with me. And it's easy to drool about the signing of James. It's easy to drool about the resurgence of Calvert-Lewin. But there's been a new signing we've made that's been big, that's been kind of flying under the radar, and I think he's made just as big of an impact as James. It's going to be none other than Allan. And in FIFA, as you guys know, he's always masqueraded as the cheap Kante. He's been the link to Mertens. He's been the link to Insigne. Now that he's in Everton, I mean, a lot of you guys probably will be looking to bring him into your squads once again as the cheap Kante. So let's take a look at the card. So he's gotten a downgrade. Last year was the 84. This year is the 83, but stat-wise, he hasn't really gotten much of a downgrade in my opinion, and he still looks primed to be the best CDM in the EPL around the 50 to 100K mark, all right? He's 5'9", he has medium-high work rates, he's right-footed with the 4-star skills, the 3-star weak foot. I played 6 games in Division 3 with him. I got 0 goals and 2 assists, and when you look at his stats a little bit closer, I mean, he looks like a very nice card. His pace is decent. His sprint speed leaves a little bit to be desired. If it does bother you, I think you should throw an anchor or a shadow chem style on him. But yeah, we're gonna see how that affects him in game. His shooting is very good for a CDM. His passing stats are solid. He's gonna be a very reliable passer, it seems like. His dribbling stats are really what makes him a very special card, because you use Kante, if you use Ndidi, they're very good on the ball. They're not bad on the ball, but Allan with the 4-star skills and the 83 dribbling provides a little bit of extra press resistance. We're going to see how that plays out in game. His defending and physical stats are really what you're bringing him in for, though. I mean, 88 interceptions, 87 defensive awareness, 88 stand tackling, look to be absolutely sensational. And his physical stats, once again, not too shabby. 90 aggression, 92 stamina. He's gonna be that bulldog in the midfield. So, without further ado, let's jump into the gameplay. I'm gonna take you over to our review specialist in the studios, One Star Weak. Take it away. Thanks, One Star. So, according to Footbin, this Allan card's gonna be costing you 91,000 coins to bring into your team. Is he worth it? I would have to say absolutely. He's probably the best 100K CDM I've used on this game so far. We're gonna break down the stats though, so you know exactly what to expect. So first we're gonna talk about his pace. He has 73 pace. Of course, the headline stat here is the 77 acceleration, but there is the 69 sprint speed, which was a bit worrying going into this review. But in game, I found out it wasn't a problem at all. He didn't feel slow by any means. I do think he could benefit from a shadow or anchor chem style, especially as the power creep progresses. I mean, Allan's not the kind of card that gets informs, so I do think that this is probably going to be his best card for a while. Pace-wise, I didn't think it was an issue. He seemed to cover ground very well. He was always in the right position. He never got beat for pace. Overall, I gotta give his pace an 8 out of 10. It was solid. I had no issues with it at all. Next, we're gonna talk about shooting, and as you guys saw by his stats, I didn't really score any goals, but I did test his shot quite a bit, and I do have to say it was pretty decent. He has the kind of shot where if he's overlapping in the box, you pass it to him. Don't be scared to shoot it. As long as it's on his right foot, he's probably going to be able to either keep the opposition honest or even score a few goals himself. Overall, this guy's shooting is a 7 out of 10. It's not bad, and if you need a CDM that could finish from time to time, I think he's going to be a good option. Next, we'll talk about his passing. This might be a stat that a lot of you guys are looking at. Maybe there's some people at home looking for a CDM that can also double as a deep line playmaker. And I wouldn't quite call him a playmaker, but he is very reliable as far as passing goes. He has 80 vision, 84 short passing, 79 long passing. These are all the essential stats needed in order to really hold your own in the midfield. And I will say he was pretty decent as far as passing goes. His 65 curve did bother me. There are some through balls that do rely on curve on this game, so don't be trying to use him like he's a deep line playmaker too often. I wouldn't say launch over the top through balls with him over and over and over again. He's just not that kind of player. But if you need a CDM that can recycle possession very well, that can make a bunch of decent passes under pressure, I think Allan's going to be very good for you. Overall, this guy's passing is an 8 out of 10. Next, we're going to talk about dribbling, and this was one of my favorite aspects of this card. As you guys know, they have revamped dribbling this year. The R1 dribbling is a big thing, and using R1 dribbling with Allan was very nice. It was very fun. He felt very press resistant. He has 80 agility, 86 balance, 82 dribbling, 88 reactions. I mean, all his important dribbling stats are at a very high level, and you definitely notice it in game. He's very good as far as press resistance goes. He does have the 4-star skill moves as well, and he executes them very well. His 85 composure really helps him in all aspects of the game, once again in being press resistant. And overall, I gotta give his dribbling 8.5 out of 10. It makes him a lot better at pushing forward. It allows him to really unlock the defense, and it really allows you to keep possession when you get the ball back. Next, we'll talk about his defending, and yo, this guy's defending is, he's a beast, all right? The first thing we're gonna talk about is his interceptions. He has 88 interceptions with 87 defensive awareness, which means that his AI defending is insane. He's always there to break a play. You wake up in the morning and you look to your bedstand, you're gonna see Allan there. He is just absolutely everywhere on the field. What I will say is that his stand tackle was very nice as well. It was better than expected, because if you use him in game, he's not the biggest, all right? He's very compact. He's kind of sturdy, but he's kind of compact. He's not a big defender. But every single time I went in for a challenge, I don't care if I was challenging Lukaku, I don't care if I was challenging a small player, he won that ball back. And what I will say with his tackle in comparison to other people's tackles is that when he puts the tackle in, he gets the ball back. He's not one of those people where he tackles and the ball goes back to the opponent over and over again. When he tackles the ball goes a far way away from the opponent. I don't know how else to put it. His stand tackle is very clean. Overall, this guy's defending is a 9 out of 10. If you need a defensively reliable CDM, this is your guy. Finally, we'll be talking about his physical, and once again, I will say his body's not that big, but he didn't feel weak at all by any means. I think that's down to his 90 aggression. His 78 strength is very respectable, and he didn't really get bullied. He's pretty reliable as far as shielding the ball goes from time to time, and his 92 stamina means that he lasts all game. He can go into extra time, and afterwards he'll be down to kick the ball around with the fans after the game. Overall, this guy's physical is a 9.5 out of 10. Alright guys, so what's the final verdict on this card? I think Allan is a perfect CDM to bring into your first weekend league. He's very reliable. He does pretty much everything well, and the things he excels at are very important for the CDM position. His defending and physical are amazing. He's the closest thing to Kante I've felt on this game so far, especially at that price range. What separates him from other CDMs that can do the same thing as him is the fact that he does have some quality going forward. He can finish. He has the 4-star skills. He feels very light and responsive on the ball, and his passing is very decent as well. Overall, I gotta give this guy 8.75 out of 10. I can see this guy being in people's teams for the next month or two, maybe even longer. Alright guys, so that's going to be my Allan review. Hopefully you guys at home enjoyed it. Once again, do not forget to like and subscribe. I will see you in the next video, but until then,